Hello everyone. Wanted to go over some of the generations on the Steyr pistols. Currently Steyr has had 4 generations in the M lineup, which would be their medium frame 4-inch version. All of these Steyrs are pretty much the same on the top side, meaning from the slide up. There's a few variants, a few changes, but the biggest noticeable difference will be in the lower. On your first generation Steyr, you will have a more rounded grip angle. It does not have any of the raised texture. It has a few groove lines, and it was more rounded. Everybody always talked about them being very space age looking. You'll see a picture here pop up in just a second. That picture was of a M model Steyr. They called that one the M9, and it was a lot different from this one. This one here being a 4th generation. Your 2nd generation on the Steyrs, on the lower, there was 2 versions of it. They had a US and a Austrian version. And the reason all your Steyrs still have this indentation mark in front of the trigger guard, where they're stamped what facility they came from, and in front of your takedown lever, was on the Austrian models. Underneath in the bottom of the trigger guard there was actually a safety. There was similar to the Steyr AUG, there was a lever in here, kind of a rounded trapezoid button, and here and on the other side you actually pushed in for the safety lever. It was kind of a weird design, but that was on the Austrian. There was a few of them imported to the US, which you'll see in the next picture. That's on a Gen 2. Getting to a Generation 3 will look very similar to this pistol here. It'll look almost identical. The key feature differences will be the roll pin underneath the rear sight and the logo here on the lower frame. The texture will be very much the same. It will say Steyr across the bottom, or Steyr Arms, or Mannlicher. I have a picture of it. It will not have this aiming sight reticle into the grip. Your 4th generation, your latest one, as of 2014, will look like this one. This will be a 4th generation. You'll see your aiming index point Steyr logo erased and the 4th pin. All of them are set up the same. They're all polymer based pistols. They are all chassis designed. The differences also in your first and 2nd generation was a chamber indicator. It would be a little round dot just underneath the rear of the sight here. You would have a little pin right here. That'll show you also that's a 2nd generation, which there'll be a picture of. Posted. The other way for clarification, which I've made a video on, would be here in front of your serial number. There is a 3 letter stamps, a numeric stamp, that will correspond and tell you the year, the month, and the 2-digit year code for when your pistol was created. They don't do one for a day, they just go by month. But it'll at least narrow you down to, you'll know if you have a how long in the year model of what generation. Did you get an early, a mid, or towards the end of a generational run? But that was what I wanted to go over on the M-based pistol, so you understood what the generations were.